Keith Bynum is one of the most unique and creative designers ever to appear on HGTV. You may know him from the hit series Bargain Block, where he and his partner Evan Thomas transformed abandoned houses in Detroit into beautiful, affordable homes. But who is Keith Bynum beyond the TV screen? How did he become HGTV's most creative designer? And what is his story of resilience, art, and community building? Today, we are going to explore Keith Bynum's life and journey, from his early beginnings as a teen entrepreneur, to his rise on HGTV, to his emotional response after his show's cancellation. This is the real story of Keith Bynum. Keith Bynum was born on July 1st, 1985 in Atlanta, Georgia. From the very beginning, he was creative and entrepreneurial. At just 14 years old, he started his first business. It was a retail and manufacturing company, and he worked hard to grow it. The company became recognized nationally, and eventually, Keith sold it. That first taste of business success showed his drive and vision. But his true passion was in creating. He loved building things, he loved design, and he had a deep interest in art. After selling his company, Keith's path began to shift. He moved toward home renovation and design. This decision would eventually lead him to HGTV fame. Keith's story also includes his longtime partner, Evan Thomas. Evan is not a designer by trade. He has a PhD in physics and brings analytical skills to their projects. Keith and Evan are not just life partners, but also business partners. In 2017, they decided to take a bold step. They left Colorado and moved to Detroit, Michigan. Why Detroit? They saw a social media post that showed someone buying 10 houses in Detroit for extremely low prices. That sparked an idea. A quick pause. If you want to stay updated on all things HGTV, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video if you're enjoying it so far, and drop a comment to share your thoughts. All right, let's jump back in. Detroit had many abandoned and run-down homes. The housing market was struggling, and Keith and Evan realized they could combine creativity and affordability to make a difference. They could rebuild homes. They could give first-time buyers a chance, and they could bring their unique style to an entire city. Once in Detroit, they founded their company, 9 Design Plus Homes. The goal was simple but powerful. Buy neglected homes for cheap, renovate them completely, add creative and artistic touches, and sell them at affordable prices to first-time homebuyers. Many of the houses they bought cost as little as $6,500 each. It was risky, but it allowed them to reimagine whole neighborhoods. Keith brought the design vision. Evan managed the construction and structural work. And together, they began creating a new life. Their approach caught the attention of HGTV. In 2019, they filmed a pilot episode for a new series. The show was called Bargain Block. It premiered on April 14th, 2021. The premise was unique. Keith and Evan would buy cheap, unsellable homes in Detroit. They would live in the homes during renovations to save money. Keith would handle the artistic and interior design. Evan would manage the construction and layout, and local realtor Shay Hicks Whitfield would help sell the finished homes. The show quickly became a hit. Viewers loved the concept of turning forgotten homes into stunning starter houses. They also loved Keith's one-of-a-kind designs. Keith Bynum is not a typical HGTV designer. He is an artist first. He often builds his own furniture, creates murals, and designs custom art pieces for each home. He uses reclaimed materials and thrifted finds to create bold looks on tight budgets. His creativity turns even the smallest and cheapest homes into magazine-worthy spaces. Art has always been deeply personal for Keith. He has shared that he began painting as a way to process grief after the passing of his estranged mother. Art became therapy. It became a way to connect to emotion and memory. And that emotion is part of every home he designs. Each Bargain Block renovation is more than a flip. It is a transformation with heart and story. Keith's personal journey also involves challenges. He grew up in West Texas and faced homophobia after coming out as gay. He experienced rejection from his family. Those early experiences were difficult, but they shaped his resilience. Seeing openly gay designers like David Bromstad on HGTV inspired him. It showed that he could be himself and still thrive in the industry. Moving to Detroit brought him and Evan a sense of freedom and acceptance. Through Bargain Block, Keith and Evan also became visible LGBTQ+ role models in the home renovation world. They demonstrated that diversity and inclusion belong in construction and design spaces too. As the show gained popularity, Keith and Evan became community figures in Detroit. They didn't just flip houses, they revitalized neighborhoods. They created affordable housing opportunities, and they worked closely with local suppliers, artists, and contractors. By the time Bargain Block had aired multiple seasons, they had renovated over 30 homes. Their work wasn't just about profit, it was about leaving a positive impact on the city. Fans loved the authenticity. The projects were real, the budgets were modest, and the emotional stories behind each home made the show feel genuine. In 2023, Keith and Evan also joined HGTV's competition series Rock the Block. It was a chance to compete against other star designers and show off their creative vision on a larger scale. While they didn't win, their designs stood out for being bold, artistic, and original. Their creativity was undeniable. However, Keith's journey in television has not been without frustration. In mid-2025, HGTV canceled Bargain Block after 4 seasons. For fans, it was a shocking announcement. For Keith, it was a moment of raw honesty. He expressed his feelings on social media. He thanked fans for their support, but he also criticized the television industry. He said that it can involve some of the worst people I've ever encountered. His post reflected both disappointment and relief. He had given everything to the show, but he also knew that his purpose went beyond TV ratings. Other HGTV stars, like Egypt Sherrod, publicly supported him. They reminded fans that speaking truth and finding healing is part of moving forward. Despite the end of Bargain Block, Keith and Evan continue their work. They still run 9 Design Plus homes in Detroit. They create and sell art, custom furniture, and home design kits. They still focus on affordable housing and neighborhood revitalization. Keith continues to paint and design with passion. He shares glimpses of his artwork online, and he remains a beloved figure among fans who value authenticity and creativity. Keith Bynum's story teaches powerful lessons. Creativity matters more than fame. Staying authentic is better than playing it safe. And design can change not just a home, but a community. He has shown resilience through adversity, from family rejection to public industry challenges. He has proven that art and construction can merge to create homes with heart. And he has built a legacy of inclusion and inspiration in the home renovation world. Keith Bynum is more than a TV personality. He is a visionary artist, he is a builder of communities, and he is a reminder that great design comes from the soul. Even without Bargain Block on air, his influence continues. Every home he touches carries a piece of his story, and every viewer who has watched his journey has seen the power of passion, resilience, and love. So, what do you think of Keith Bynum's journey? Which of his Bargain Block renovations was your favorite? Do you think HGTV should bring him back with a new project? Share your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button if his story inspires you. And subscribe for more deep dives into the lives of HGTV's most fascinating stars. Because behind every renovation show, there's a story worth telling.